In this video, we're going to find all solutions of the trig equation 2 cosine theta minus the square root of 2 is equal to 0 on the interval 0 to 2 pi, including 0 but not including 2 pi. So you can see we have the unit circle on the right hand side of our screen, and that's going to come into play pretty much anytime you're dealing with problems and you're trying to solve a trig equation. You're going to be able to use the unit circle eventually, but we can't use it yet. What you want to do before you can use the unit circle is, in a problem like this, you want to isolate the trig term first. So what we want to do is we want to get cosine theta all by itself. So it's kind of like solving for x in a normal equation. And so in order to do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the square root of 2 to both sides. That's going to give us 2 cosine theta is equal to the square root of 2. And then to get the cosine theta completely by itself, we can divide both sides by 2. And that's going to give us cosine theta is equal to the square root of 2 over 2. Now, once you are able to factor or isolate, depending on what the problem is, the trig term, then what you can do is you can then turn to the unit circle to get our answer. So we're interested in all of the angles theta such that the cosine of theta will give us the square root of 2 over 2 between 0 and 2 pi. And so let's go back and kind of review what the cosine is, what it means on the unit circle. Anytime you have the cosine of something, what that's going to be is you're going to go to that angle, and the cosine value at that angle is going to be the x value of the ordered pair that you have at that angle. And so what we can do is we can look on the unit circle and we can just circle all the places where we have an x value, since it's cosine, equal to the square root of 2 over 2. And the first spot that's going to happen is right here at pi over 4. And then the second spot where we're going to have positive square root of 2 over 2 as our x value is going to be 7 pi over 4. Notice we have the x value right there and the x value right there, square root of 2 over 2. And so what that tells us is theta is going to be equal to pi over 4, or 45 degrees, and 7 pi over 4, or 315 degrees. And that's going to be our answer for this problem, or our answers for this problem. Now, since we're only interested in the answers between 0 and 2 pi, this is where we stopped. But if we were interested in all of the solutions, there are an infinite number of those, and in a future problem or a future video, we'll talk about how to do that. But essentially what we could do if we wanted to find an infinite number of values that satisfies this is we could continue adding 2 pi to each of these answers. And what that's going to do is that's just going to take us around the circle. So adding 2 pi or subtracting 2 pi would give us a coterminal angle that's going to end in the same spot. So if we didn't have to keep everything within the confines of 0 and 2 pi, then our strategy would be to take each of these solutions and add or subtract 2 pi to them over and over again.